us this afternoon.
Yeah, man, this is fun. We just rolled in, and it's this is a cool little vibe at the festival.
Where are you playing this evening?
I played the mall stage. I think there's two more stages. I don't know which one, but I played at 7:30, and it's gonna be pretty fun. We played the Vanguard in Newtown last night, and that was like the first show of the kind of tour. So we're all like kind of warmed up and fired up for another one.
Ready to go.
It's gonna be a cool vibe. I saw like a few bands in there playing before, and like the bass is pumping and people are like getting into it. So I think it's gonna be fun.
So who's in your band these days?
I have Sam Marks playing drums. Who we've been playing together since we were like 16. We used to play in a band called the Chaotic Penguins.
In only 21 years, you've done more and achieved more and are able to do more than many players 2, 3, even 4 times your age. I mean, for example, you've won Australia's Got Talent a few years ago. You've recorded 3 records, 2 of which have been recorded in Nashville. Your mentor is the legendary Tommy Emmanuel. You've toured the world to great acclaim. You're living the dream. But I'm wondering if there's a flip side to that, because most 21-year-olds are probably just moving out of home. They're studying at uni. They're drinking beer with their mates. They're, being yahoos and going to parties on weekends. How do you manage not doing that?
Yeah, it's definitely been a sacrifice in a lot of ways, but I mean, I don't regret any of it. I mean, I remember being like 14 and 15, and like my friends at school would all head out to the beach on the weekend and party up, and I would I'd be kind of like playing in a pub to like all the kind of like the fogies, and I mean, I was making a little bit of money, and like they were kind of like flipping burgers at Macca's or something, and I always like kind of gave them heaps about like I have a better job than you. And like I guess like being a musician, you tend to hang out with people that are older than you, and like you make a circle of friends of people who are like who are maybe being around music for a while, because that's like you kind of relate to them more so than like the younger guys who like don't necessarily have the same passion for music. You know?
Even back at school, you were playing like 5, 6, 7 hours a day.
Yeah, I was just obsessed. It was kind of like it got to the point where I used to have a practice schedule on the wall, and I'd be like 15 minutes of scales and 15 minutes of like playing with a metronome and all these different things I used to like force myself to do. And I would be like, I'd make myself do 8 hours a day as well as go to school. That was like my goal, because I read in a guitar magazine that Steve Vai did that, and he got to be really good. So I thought, that's my mission. I think the nature of being like the kind of young hotshot guitarist, like, is there's always a younger guy at your heels, I remember talking to a few guys who were like kind of like the next generation after me that I was kind of growing up idolizing somewhat, and they said to me like, don't get too used to the fact that you're a young guy, because it won't last forever. You got to kind of have more substance than that.
So where you're at now musically, I think it's fair to say that you're in a state of change, because let me introduce you. Your 3rd record, which was released towards the end of last year, heralded a few changes for you, which I'm sure are still happening now. Firstly, this was your first album that featured you singing, featured you showcasing your vocals. How's it been since the release of that album, with you incorporating your vocals into your repertoire? Yeah,
it's been interesting. The kind of desire to change and sing as opposed to just shred the guitar was like I'd been doing a lot of shows, and my audience was basically guitar nerds and guitar players and like old men basically, and I was like, this is kind of like gonna come to an end at some point. So I was like, I think I want to expand, and I just kind of like started singing a couple songs in the shows, and then I decided I wanted to make an album like that, and I just kind of went ahead and did it, and I learned so much during the process.
But how long were you singing live before you went in to record Let Me Introduce You?
I guess a little bit, like it was probably like when I was 19 I started to sing, and I'd be doing a bunch of gigs, and I'd sing like 3 songs during a show, and and build up to 4, and then kind of just like keep working on it, and like depending on the gig, depends on like how I'd approach it, but I mean, after I made the album, I started just doing a bunch of shows where I'd sing and stuff, and
cool.
I learned pretty quickly. My strengths and weaknesses.
How has bringing vocals into your act affected your playing, if at all?
Yeah, it's been good. Like, I think I have a better melodic ear because I've kind of been listening to a lot of singers, and definitely like. I actually pay attention to lyrics now, because like before I started writing songs and stuff, I never used to listen to the lyrics of songs. I used to just I'd hear like the bass part before I'd hear like what the song was about.
Yeah.
So it's definitely like just expanded my listening skills.
Okay.
And yeah, it's been just a learning curve that just seems to be endless, you know.